Hi again, everybody. Beautiful day. It's Monday today, and sun has been shining for us, which is just so lovely. It's actually hard coming inside on a day like today, but I thought I'd do another short clip with you all, just to keep our movement up and running, and the motivation there, even if you may have missed a couple weeks. At least these clips are here for you when you choose. So let's come and take a comfortable seat on our mat. Arms stretched out, palms on the knees facing up. We'll close the eyes and we'll warm up with some nice breathing here. Breathing in through the nose, lifting up through the spine, and then exhale, settling down into the mat. So really filling the lungs in this breathing exercise at the beginning of class is just so healing to the body. It can really help you come into some focus here for the next short clip, keeping the mind from wandering, and also just stretching out from the inside out. And I find sometimes I might get a little stiff in places, and roadside noise. Stiff in places and body isn't quite warmed up for a stretch, but just a few deep breaths can really start building up that heat within and opening up. So feel free to pause if you want to do a longer breathing moment here. We'll breathe in last, inhale together. And exhale out, roll the shoulders up, roll them down the back and up again and down. Then we're going to bow our chins and open up our eyes. We're going to take our right fingertips in front and left behind us. Just lift and using the pressure of the fingertips on the floor, twisting over our left shoulder. Good. And then we'll swing the arms around, left fingertips in front and right stretched out behind us. Inhale, lift up, exhale to twist over. And again. Going to our left. And exhale, going to the right. Nice. And then we'll take the hands to the knees or the thighs if the legs are stretched out. And we'll pull or press down onto the thighs, lifting up. Good, and then exhale, scooping the belly in, we'll round back. Good, and then inhale, breathing, lifting up. Good, and exhale, scoop belly in, round back, tucking the chin. Inhale, breathe, lift up, roll shoulders back. Exhale. And then inhale, breathing, breathe out, lift up. And then we'll come onto all fours. Okay? And we'll carry on that movement with our cat-cows, a couple cat-cows. So lining up the hands properly, knees underneath, pressing into the floor to deepen the stretch in the back, dropping the head. And then the inhale, the belly softens as we gaze up. Good. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, belly softens, gazing up. Good. Couple more times here. Kind of rocking a bit with it. Really loosen up. Good. Last one. Great. Now we've got some movement in our spine. The lungs have opened up. Let's do a stretch in the thighs with our child's pose. Big toes in, arms stretched out. Stretch the arms forward. Keep them nice and strong and active out the front. Spread the fingers. Really press onto those top finger pads. And then stretch your whole spine back towards your sit bones towards the room behind you. Fill the body with a good breath. And exhale, release, round and up. Good. All right, I'm just going to spin myself around, but you stay where you are. We're just going to stretch our right leg back. Good. And then we're going to lift it up. Stretch it long, so watch the head's not dropping. Keep it nice and strong and straight. Good. And then we'll take knee to forehead. So kind of like we're incorporating our cat-cow with the stretch, stretching the right leg back. Good. And then knee to forehead underneath, rounding the spine. And then stretch the leg out. And one more time. Forehead to knee. Stretch the leg back. Good. And then release knee down. Okay. Now we're going to do our left side. Stretching our left leg back. Good. Rock the toes. Sorry, we didn't start on the floor. Toes down. You want to get that out. Kinks and cracks out of the ankle. Then we lift our leg up. And then we do forehead to knee. And then stretch out. And then we do forehead to knee. And stretch out. And forehead to knee. And stretch out. Beautiful. We'll take the knees back down. Okay. And then we'll get up, roll the wrist out. Can be a lot on our hands there for the moment. And we'll come up to standing. All right. Pressing ourselves on up to standing. You'll be at the front edge of your mat. Okay. We'll come into our Tadasana. Big toes in one line. And let's go for some arms out wide. Reach up high to the sky, stretching. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, breathing arms up. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, breathing arms up. Coming down to a squat, chair pose. So arms are out front, weights in our heel. We tuck our tailbone down, lifting pelvic floor up so we can sit a bit deeper and then press on up to standing. Exhale, release arms down. Roll shoulders out. Okay, if it was a little bit hard to squat, you can always just open the feet wider. Another option. Let's do that again. Arms up. Exhale, coming down. Make sure the knees aren't coming in. They're staying parallel over the feet. Sit back into those little chairs and then press on up. Release arms down. Beautiful. Roll the shoulders out. Let's walk the feet together. Okay. Inhale, arms up. Interlacing all 10 fingers. Releasing the index finger. Squeezing the palms. Squeeze the thighs. Reach up high. And then half moon over toward your right. Okay. You're pressing down through your left foot. You're squeezing your thighs so you can go deeper. Weight into the heels again. Tuck the navel in towards the spine so you can protect the waist, and then back up to center. Beautiful. Let's do it again to the left. Zip up. Squeeze tight. Weight into the right foot as you go left. Rock the weight back into the heels. Squeeze again. Lower down and back up to center. Inhale, breathe up. Releasing the fingers into a prayer pose. Come down for a squat. And then forward bend. Awesome, ladies. Release the back of the head down. So first forward bend. We'll pedal the feet a little, pedal the knees. And let's open the feet up. Okay, we'll come into a pigeon-toed stance. Here for Uttanasana. Okay, so pigeon-toe with the feet, thumb index finger into the crease of the elbow, the forehead, the crown of the head directly through the forearms, and then stretching them down. Loosening up in the neck, watch the shoulders away from the ears, rock the weight into the toes, and trying to get the forearms closer to the earth. Being mindful with the backs of the legs, they still can be tight. Good. You can always do this with a wall behind you and resting your thumb against the wall. Just have your feet a distance away from the wall so there's room to forward bend, and it's a nice way to be supported. Release the fingertips down, take the heels in. Inhale for a half lift. So if we need to use our shins still, please do. Not the fingertips on the floor. Forward bend. Inhale again, half lift. Exhale, release. Bend the knees and we'll round on up to standing. Lovely. All right. So we're going to come down onto the floor. We'll take our right foot forward, hands in the waist, and stepping our left foot back, like into a lunge, but coming down to the back knee. Shoulders are back. And we're just going to drop down in those hips and stretching the top of the left leg in the back. Nice and soft. Few breaths here. And then to stretch those hamstrings out, we'll rock onto the heel of the front foot, fingertips down either side, and not sinking down on our heels. Keep our hips lifted. You're going to release the back of the head down over our front foot. The toes are lifted in front, the foot is flexed to really deepen that stretch in that hamstring. Awesome. By breathing. Good. And then we'll rock the weight forward. And we'll take the hands forward so they're in line with the front foot. And we'll lift up that back knee for our high lunge. Shoulders back, stretch long. And we'll step our left foot forward, back foot forward. And our right foot back and down onto our back knee. Coming up with the hands on top of the front thigh and soften down. Relax shoulders back. Moving almost like the knees away from each other to deepen the stretch. And then we'll rock onto our front heel, fold over the front leg, open the fingertips for some space, relax the back of the head down. Watch the shoulders don't flop towards the ears, and really flex in that front foot. It's very tight in our hamstring. Try and engage your front quadricep to release some tension in the back of the leg. And down, and down. Good, and then we'll rock onto our front foot, flatten it, hands either side, lifting up in that back knee. Good, and we'll step the back foot forward, forward bend. Feet are parallel. Inhale, half lift, heart forward. Exhale, release. Bend the knees, we'll round on up to standing. Really good. Good. We'll try the balancing pose. We did it in a couple videos ago. So I have our hands on our waist here. And then we're going to step our right foot out to the side with the toes still facing forward. Okay? Your weight is nice and strong on your standing leg. Very important. We're going to shift the weight onto that standing leg and lift up our right foot so it's hovering. Lifting the toes so they're nice and flexed and taking the leg wide. Good. And lower. And then again, wide, lifting up and lower. And see if you can balance. If not, you can press the foot to take it forward. Otherwise, we're going to take the leg and come out in front. Good. And lower. And lift up. And lower right back down to standing. So just tapping the foot along as you need to for balance, that's totally fine. It's just getting nice strength in the legs as well as working on that equilibrium. All right, so we take the left leg wide, we're on our toes, weights onto the right foot, feeling nice and strong and standing, and then we're going to lift up through the toes, and then we take the leg up and out to the side and lower. And again, left leg lifts up and lower, tapping the foot along if you need to, otherwise coming right straight out on front, lower down, and again, lifting up, and back to our standing position. Well done, tricky pose. All right, another little balancing trick, very simple, but really good to find a steadiness. As we breathe our arms up, we're going to come up onto our tippy toes. Breathe and reach the arms up high. And exhale, lower down. Releasing down to flat feet. Okay, let's try that again. Inhale, breathing arms up. Coming up on our tippy toes. Reach up high. And exhale, lower down. Down to flat feet. Beautiful. Roll shoulders out. That's really nice to do if we're just doing our Tadasana stretch in the morning, to try and incorporate lifting up on the toes. I feel it just opens up that little bit more. All right, let's come down onto the floor. All right, lowering down. We're laying on our backs. I'm still on the screen. Okay, so we're going to start with the knees up, feet are flat, We're going to breathe our right leg up, reaching behind the thigh and coming into our hamstring stretch here, shoulders back. Good. If you need to roll the ankle around, that's fine. So as we draw the leg back, but at the same time you're lengthening that right side body. And then at any time, if you can stretch the left leg long, and do that. Good. Few more breaths here. Good. And then we'll bend the knee and we'll hug the thigh in. Foot's flexed, and same with your foot on the floor. And you can extend your left leg long if it's not already for this part of the pose. Good. And now we're going to reach across, fingertips over the ankle, so across the leg. We're just going to fan open out like a butterfly. Really flex your foot here. And you might even find the stretch on the back more than even in the legs. Good. And then we'll take the leg back in and release the foot down. Let's go up high with the left leg, reaching behind the thigh. You need to roll the ankle around. Good. Relax the shoulders, sap our outer shoulders out. Stretching out through that heel. And then if you can, lengthen the right leg long, being gentle with your body, not overdoing it. And then we'll hug the thigh in, stretching your right leg long if it's not already. Keep the foot flexed, both feet flexed, toes to the sky. Good. And then we'll widen up the knee, reaching for the shin or around the ankle, and stretching the knee wide like a half butterfly. Good. And then we'll come back to center, and we'll take both knees up. I'm gonna come into a bridge pose, right? So relax the shoulders back. Feet are nice and even on the mat, especially your inner edges of the feet, because the legs like to flop out here. And we'll scoop pelvic floor up and lift up through that spine. Great stretch. Really elongating the spine, feeling it stretch out right through the tailbone, right up through the knees, lighten the shoulders. And then we're going to lower down bone by bone by bone. And think about stretching your spine long onto the mat, placing each vertebra down, and then relaxing into that natural curve of the lower back at the bottom. And we'll tilt pelvic floor up and go back into it. Be strong in the legs, nice and even and parallel. Okay. And then lower down, bone by bone by bone. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to cross our legs like ladies, right leg over left. All right, so cross them right over at the knees. Arms are out a bit wider. So the right leg's over the left, and we're going over to the right side. Okay, you're just helping stretch, a deeper stretch in the hip, the whole left side body, by hooking the leg over the bottom leg. You can gaze over your left shoulder for a deeper twist. And then coming back to center, uncrossing the legs, left over right, okay. And then dropping down to the left. Gazing over our right shoulder, breathing in. And then back to center. Good. Uncrossing the legs. And we're going to come into a happy baby pose. So the feet will come up. You're flexing the feet. The arms are inside the knees, but the hands are atop the cross of the feet. Okay? And then you're pulling the knees down towards the mat. Right? So the arms are generally inside the shins there. You can rock left to right. Really good stretch. Nice one to end the day with. If you've been in the garden a lot, this is a good hip stretcher. Even the walking. And then we're going to move into a butterfly pose version of this by taking the soles of the feet together. If you need to grab up on the shins to do so. And fan the knees wide. Awesome. Good. And then we're going to hug the legs in. And just some gentle stretching. You can do circles here. So this little series here is great for, start of the day, or even just winding down before you go to the barbecue or after you've had a big walk. But we will end today with legs up the wall. I'm going to use my railing here because against the wall is a great light. So go on, everybody, find a wall space. Okay, and let's just ease the legs out. Arms out to your side like goalpost. Okay. Such a healing one. I'm sure of many of the poses that we do, this might be something you've done on your own without my guidance, because it is just so relaxing. So spending a good couple minutes here. Well, you guys can stay as long as you want, of course, just like in relaxation. I'm going to come out, but you guys stay. And I'm just going to guide you with a little bit of breathing to finish up. So as you're there with your legs up the wall, or if you've chosen to come out to sit with me, that's fine. Just allow that sensation of everything washing over the body, washing out, away the days, tension, even if we're getting a little anxious with the time frame we've been in lockdowns, different levels. Just keeping to remind ourselves that it's been such a reward to see the country doing so well, and that we haven't had as many losses as we could have, and the amount of people who have recovered, and the spread has been kept to a minimal because we have just been staying home, keeping clean, and keeping aware of our health. So whatever you've learned from this time at home, try to remember it as we do progress and start moving out again, whenever that may be. Maybe even write some notes down, take a little log, just to remind ourselves. Nice inhale, breath in. Exhale, let it all wash away. No tension in the face, the jaw. Just let it all go. I will leave you here now, wherever you are in your positioning. The legs are up the wall. Just take care when you do come out. Make sure you don't rush. A few breaths on the floor. And thank you again for joining me. It would be wonderful when we can see each other again, but I hope this keeps you topped up in the meantime. And again, happy Mother's Day for all those who celebrated yesterday. Namaste.